What happens when reality TV fame collides with a scandal no one saw coming? 1 minute, you're watching your favorite Love Island star search for love in a sun-soaked villa, and the next, you're witnessing their shocking downfall play out across every headline and social media feed. Cierra Ortega was that rising star, a 25-year-old contestant whose sudden exit from Love Island USA left fans reeling. But this wasn't just another case of heartbreak or homesickness. No, this was something far more serious. Behind her abrupt departure lies a swirling storm of controversy involving leaked posts, racial slurs, and an online frenzy that escalated beyond anything producers expected. Now, in a desperate move to protect their daughter, Cierra's parents have finally broken their silence, begging for mercy in the face of intense online hate. Today, we're unraveling the full, unfiltered story of how Cierra Ortega went from villa sweetheart to reality TV's latest cautionary tale. It was supposed to be her big break. Cierra Ortega, the bubbly, charismatic contestant from Love Island USA, had everything going for her. From the moment she arrived in the villa, she brought energy, charm, and confidence that instantly caught viewers' attention. Paired up with Nick Van Steinberg, Cierra became part of a couple that many fans rooted for, with their chemistry lighting up the screen. Their playful flirtations and emotional connections became a central storyline on the show, and viewers quickly became invested in their journey. But just as their romance was heating up, everything came crashing down in the most unexpected and shocking way. In a stunning twist during the July 6th episode of Love Island USA, the show announced that Cierra Ortega had officially exited the villa. The announcement came with little explanation, simply stating that she had left due to a personal situation. Nick Van Steinberg was left standing alone, stunned by her sudden departure, and viewers were left with more questions than answers. But outside the walls of the villa, the truth behind Cierra's exit was spreading rapidly, and it wasn't pretty. In the days leading up to the episode, social media had erupted with controversy surrounding Cierra. Screenshots began surfacing online, allegedly showing her using a racial slur aimed at Asian people in private messages. The posts were deeply offensive, and their circulation triggered immediate backlash. Fans of the show were horrified, many demanding her removal from the series. News clarified that they had not independently verified the authenticity of the posts, the damage was already done. The outrage was swift, and the calls for action grew louder by the hour. The scandal snowballed quickly, gaining traction on platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. Viewers expressed outrage not only at Cierra's alleged actions, but also at the show's apparent delay in addressing the situation. Fans flooded the comments sections of Love Island USA's social media pages, demanding accountability. It wasn't long before producers felt the pressure. While the show's statement on air was vague, those watching closely suspected that the real reason behind Cierra's departure had everything to do with the swirling online scandal. By the time the episode aired, most viewers already knew why she was gone, and many believed it was too little, too late. The fact that her exit was presented merely as a personal situation only further fueled frustrations, with many accusing the show of downplaying the serious allegations against her. As the situation escalated, Cierra herself remained completely silent. She offered no public statement, no apology, and no explanation. Her sudden disappearance from the villa, coupled with her online silence, only seemed to deepen the mystery surrounding her departure. But while she stayed quiet, others began speaking out, including those closest to her. On July 6th, shortly after the episode aired, a post appeared on Cierra's Instagram story. It wasn't from Cierra herself, but from her parents, who decided to break their silence and speak out publicly for the first time since the scandal erupted. In their emotional message, her parents acknowledged the controversy but begged for compassion toward their daughter. Their statement read, "We're not here to justify or ignore what's surfaced. We understand why people are upset, and we know accountability matters, but what's happening online right now has gone far beyond that." They went on to express their heartbreak over the vicious online attacks that had been directed not just at Cierra, but also at her friends, family, and supporters. They wrote, "The threats, the cruel messages, the attacks on her family, her friends, even her supporters. It's heartbreaking. It's uncalled for. And no one deserves that kind of hate, no matter what mistake they've made. The post instantly ignited another wave of online debate. Some fans sympathized with the family's plea for mercy, agreeing that while accountability was necessary, the level of online harassment had gone too far. Others, however, were less forgiving, accusing Cierra and her family of trying to shift the narrative and dodge responsibility. Many viewers felt that her parents' message focused more on the backlash than on the original offense itself, the alleged use of a racial slur. The drama continued to intensify as media outlets picked up the story. News confirmed that they had reached out to both Love Island USA and Cierra for comment, but neither had responded at the time. Meanwhile, social media remained divided. Some defended Cierra's right to privacy, while others demanded a formal apology from her directly. Behind the scenes, reports emerged suggesting that Love Island USA producers had been aware of the controversy for several days before the episode aired. Insiders claimed that the production team had been scrambling to handle the situation, weighing legal obligations and public relations concerns before making any moves. Removing a contestant from a show isn't as simple as it appears on TV. Contracts, potential lawsuits, and public backlash all play major roles in such decisions. An anonymous production source reportedly told one outlet they knew this was going to explode. They didn't want to pull her immediately without covering themselves legally. They had to make sure everything was done by the book. This revelation only added fuel to the fire, with many fans accusing the show of prioritizing legal protection over viewer trust and transparency. As days passed, Cierra's social media presence began to disappear. Her Instagram account, once filled with glamorous photos and promotional content, suddenly vanished. Fans noticed that her account was no longer searchable, sparking rumors that she had deactivated it or had it hidden by a management team to avoid further backlash. Her complete silence only amplified the intrigue surrounding the situation. Amidst all the chaos, broader questions emerged within the reality TV community. Viewers began questioning how contestants like Cierra were vetted in the first place. Many argued that networks needed to implement stricter background checks before casting reality stars, especially in shows that revolve around public voting and audience engagement. The controversy also sparked discussions about the ethics of casting contestants with questionable histories, and whether networks were doing enough to prevent similar incidents in the future. Although Love Island USA tried to move forward with its remaining contestants, the shadow of Cierra Ortega's scandal continued to loom over the season. Each new episode was met with social media comments demanding further explanation and accountability from the show's producers. As for Cierra herself, her future remains uncertain. While some believe she could eventually stage a comeback with a heartfelt apology and public reckoning, others argue that her reality TV career is over for good. Regardless of what lies ahead, her story stands as a powerful reminder of how quickly fame can fade, and how actions from the past can resurface with devastating consequences. And there you have it, the full story of Cierra Ortega's dramatic fall from grace on Love Island USA. From villa sweetheart to scandalized outcast, her story is a stark warning about the power of social media and the unforgiving nature of public opinion. Whether you think Cierra deserves a second chance or believe her actions are beyond redemption, it's clear that her parents' emotional plea struck a nerve. The question now is, can she recover from this, or is her reality TV career over for good? What's your take on this situation? Do you think Love Island USA handled it the right way? Should Cierra herself issue a direct apology? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so jump into the comments and share your opinions below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more dramatic celebrity scandals and reality TV exclusives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.